Today's the day I'm giving you my best advice for any Christian girl in high school. These tips are specifically for young women that are trying to live a Christ-like life, who are at high school, and sometimes you feel like being religious, being Christian just isn't really cool, and it really isn't like the most popular thing to do. So these tips are for you to help give you that boost and that advice that I wish that I had as a Christian youth in high school. So the very first thing that I wish I could just grab your shoulders and shake you and make you believe this with every fiber of your soul is do not dim your light. I remember started in junior high and then went into high school, that this kind of reputation, this idea that I was a really goody-goody or a Molly Mormon or, all their different terms came to my attention a little bit. And when people said it, they said it really negatively. And at first I didn't care because it came from people that I was like, well, I don't know if you're really who I'm trying to impress or who I'm really trying to be friends with, But then it started to come from people that I knew were amazing. I knew were members of my same faith, but maybe were choosing to live their faith in a slightly different way than I was. Maybe you're in the same situation where you're feeling like you're a goody-goody and you're not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm here to tell you it's a great thing. It's amazing that people know where you stand on things. It's amazing that the light of Christ shines from you. So do not dim that because other people just aren't sure how to react to it. And other people probably, frankly, are a little bit jealous that you have the nerve and the tenacity to stand up for what you believe in. So do not dim that light, and do not worry if you feel like, oh, I'm a goody-goody and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's an amazing thing. And so do not dim your light. My second tip will help you if you do have those feelings of I don't know, should I be so forward with my faith? And that is to find like-minded people. Like I mentioned before, especially in junior high, life in junior high for me was really black and white. But I just felt like there was this group of people that were friends of my friends, and so they just thought I was this goody-goody, and they didn't share my faith, and that's totally fine. We can still be amazing friends, but it did kind of pull us apart, and that was fine because I was able to find like-minded people who had my belief in Christ, or even just had my same standards. We didn't have to be the same religion. But it made it easier to live my faith and to feel like I was accepted and that I was loved and honored because of the values that I had. So if you're finding that your friends are making fun of you, or that, you're just feeling judged because of your faith, I would challenge you to start to find some like-minded people. And that can be a little bit of work because I have to admit, we don't go around with stickers that have our faith written on it, or hey, I'm a full-hearted Christian, right? You might just have to kind of assess that out. You might have to try on a couple different friend groups and say, hey, these guys share my standards and I don't even have to worry that they're going to even ask me to do something that I don't want to do. So try to find some like-minded people to hang out with. My third tip for you is to look for God all day long. And what do I mean by this? I mean that as you're going to school, and high school particularly can get messy, it can get a little bit gray, it can get to where you feel a lot of peer pressure and you just aren't sure, should you live your values, should you not? This is when you kind of question all those things. So my challenge for you is to look for God all day. Look for the little tender mercies and blessings that He puts in your day all day. And I promise that as you start to look for them, you'll find them. Things like, oh my goodness, I was running late to school, but as I drove to school, I hit 100% green lights and I was able to find a parking spot in 2 seconds. That never happens. Oh, that was God looking out for me today, right? Or I had this experience all the time, and call me crazy, but all the time, I would have a prayer in my heart because I needed to talk to a friend. even like not even I needed to talk to somebody, I just wanted to talk to like a cute guy I had a crush on. And I would just like have this kind of prayer in my heart, like, can I just run into him today? Or man, I really need to find this person so I can talk about this project. And without fail, I would find them. So look for those blessings, look for God all day, because when we can see those blessings, it reminds us that we're on the right path, that our faith is in such a great spot, and that what we're doing and living is working for us. So look for God all day long in those little blessings that he leaves to just bless us and let us know that he loves us. My fourth tip for you is to keep working on your relationship with Christ. Now, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I will admit that high school for most teens is the time when they start to question their standards, they start to question their religion, they start to question their spirituality and just like how it all works together for them. And you know what? That's completely and totally normal. But one thing that helped me whenever I felt like I was questioning my values, like worried about my faith, or just like not sure exactly how I wanted to live my life, I continued to work on my relationship with Christ, and that helped me. It helped me get clarity on my values. It helped me strengthen my faith in a time that a lot of people kind of either lose their faith or it's the start of their faith, like questioning and journey. And when I worked on my relationship with Christ, I was able to get past that. I was able to get past any of those concerns about like, well, what will people think about me? Am I a goody goody? Because I had that constant reminder of who I want to be and the bigger picture. And when we focus on our relationship with Christ, it's easier to see that bigger picture. So my challenge for any Christian youth in high school is to continue to work on your relationship with Christ and continue to grow and explore your faith and ask questions and go on amazing faith journeys, but like, don't ever let like your foot off the pedal. Don't ever, say, well, I'm going to stop reading my scriptures just to see what that's like. I would challenge you that if you're questioning something, try it out instead. Say, well, I'm going to double down on my scriptures and see if, that like works for me. So continue to work on your relationship with Christ. Now, this video, I just want to keep really quick. And so that is some of my best Christian advice for youth in high school. I feel like if you can follow these 4 tips, it will get you through that stage of questioning. It will get you through that just kind of wondering of like, am I too bold in my faith? Am I too goody-goody? Like, should I let up? Like, all those things will start to kind of become clear to you as you follow these steps, and most importantly, as you strengthen your faith and connection to Christ. So I hope these tips help you out. Please, if you have like a specific coaching question, if you have a comment about this video, leave it down below because I try to get back to you. I don't see every comment, but I sure try. So if you really want to get a hold of me, you can DM me on Instagram, but of course, subscribe so you don't miss a single video on, a faith-filled perspective on how to master young adulthood. So wishing you the best of luck, babe. I think you are incredible. Keep living your faith, keep loving God, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. So, Abby J out.